Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada defeats and becomes new champion. He defeats Sor Rungvisai. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Just watched a fun fight. Shout out to Juan Francisco Estrada. He becomes the WBC champion, beating Sor Rungvisai via unanimous decision. Scorecards 116, 112, 115 to 113 times 2. So all three judges had him winning. It was a fun little fight. The main event in Los Angeles. I want to give my thoughts. Props to Estrada. I think he did very well. He made proper adjustments early. You know, the first half of the fight, he was doing pretty well. I didn't really give Rungvisai many of the early rounds before the first 6. It was kind of the Estrada show. I think I gave him round 2, but it wasn't. I gave Rungvisai round 2, but it wasn't a definitive, like it had to be. I would really probably watch it again, you know. But I think Rungvisai got some good stuff done in that particular round. But, you know, rounds 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, you've seen Estrada boxing very well. He used his range. He used it looked like he had longer arms, at least to me. And he just used his footwork. He was beating Rungvisai to the punch. And, you know, his punches were looking very fluid, very comfortable. One of the complaints from the first fight was that he started too slow. And the first fight was Rungvisai versus Estrada on HBO, and he got off to a slow start. Now, I told you guys this was a coin flip, and you've seen in the second half why it was a coin flip type of fight. Somewhere along the line, after beautiful boxing in the first half, for whatever reason, Rungvisai made some changes, switched to southpaw, and for some reason, Estrada started trying to go toe-to-toe with this change and was having some issues. You know, one thing that is dangerous, and I told people about Rungvisai, is he has real life cracks. And for the people who know boxing, he fought Carlos Cuadras, and Cuadras, the fight looked similar. You know, he was getting outboxed. We know Rungvisai is not the better boxer. We knew that going in. But Cuadras got hurt in the Rungvisai fight late. So that shows me that Rungvisai has power late. And that was shown here because as the fight wore on, I think round 5, Rungvisai, at the end of the round, he clipped Estrada and hurt him. You know, round ended, so there was no follow-up. But, you know, as the fight wore on, he started inching a little bit closer. And I actually give props to Rungvisai as a champion. He was with limited skill, you know, again, not being the more technical boxer. He was at least trying something different versus like when I look at Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko, for Klitschko to be such a long-standing reigning champion and the way that Tyson Fury fight was going, I feel like he didn't really do much until maybe the last 2-3 rounds. Rungvisai was, you know, trying to do whatever he could. He knew he wasn't a better boxer, and he was trying to make switches. So he switched to southpaw, and he had a lot more success. Like I said, he hurt Estrada at the end of the 5th round, and he was trying to get something done. Estrada still picking the shots, pot shotting, using his legs, still fluid. And I told you guys it would be interesting because keeping a puncher off, awkward guy like that who seems tough, has a beard, not getting knocked down every fight, stuff like that. I was wondering, after they flatten out and they get tired, you know, how is this fight going to look? Because you don't want to be in there heavy-headed puncher and, you know, you have to switch the game plan. So the fight wore on. I thought Rungvisai had a much better round 6, and he was taking some penitentiary chances. He was slowly but surely kind of trying to work himself into the fight. We knew Estrada was the better boxer, but he was, you know, Rungvisai was trying to make something happen. He was swinging wild. You know, there's a point in this fight where he swung so wild he like knocked himself on the ground. That's just how he fights. I told you guys, if you follow me on Twitter, Rungvisai is kind of like a watered down Maidana. He needs to. If he had a jab, he would be better. But he just kind of comes forward, you know, on some, you know, Ruslan Provodnikov, trying to destroy you. You know, heart and cojones and stuff like that. So I don't know. Estrada looked good, but round 7, Estrada started really looking good, and he was letting off fluid combinations, and it looked like, you know, he was getting to Rungvisai, but Rungvisai is tough because after round 7 and Estrada had such a good round, I really think the fight, I don't remember round 8 exactly what happened, but round 9 and 10 started getting better and better for Rungvisai. He was coming forward, he was getting some things done, he was tagging Estrada, and it turned out to be a good fight. The 12th round, the 11th round, you know, Estrada was getting tired, you could see, flattening out a little bit. And I think Estrada, I don't know why he chose to do this, but he could have put on a masterclass performance where there was nothing that needed to be worked on. Like if he would have just continued fighting like he did in the first half, and he possibly could have got a knockdown or a stoppage. For whatever reason, he chose to play Russian roulette and get lured into a dogfight, and it makes no sense for the fighter. I hate when fighters do it. For our entertainment purposes, it was dope, it was cool, it was fun, but the fighter's got to be smart, because he escaped out of this one, but look at all the punches he took as he was getting tired from rounds 9 through 12, you know, primarily. That's just unnecessary punishment. What he was doing was working. Keep it going, you know. And I just feel like it makes no sense, because you give Rungvisai, he's not technically or fundamentally better than you. He's not even really jabbing, but he does have big calves and punching power and heavy hands. So you're really giving him his only way to possibly beat you. Plus, even if you win, as the case with Estrada, he won the fight, you still took unnecessary punches for rounds 9 through 12, you know, being machismo and slugging it out when you didn't really need to, you know, which depletes some of your energy, those types of things. So I wish Estrada would have been a little bit smarter, or a lot of bit smarter in the second half, and, you know, just continue to box, because it would have set up more for him, and then we could have looked at it and be like, oh, okay, that was a masterclass. So overall, it was a strong performance, but it was kind of the opposite of the first fight. The first fight, Estrada started off slow, but the second fight, he came out, you know, real quick, and had some real solid rounds, like 1 and 3 right off the rip. But then the second half, he kind of faded, and then Rungvisai came alive. The first fight, Rungvisai came alive in the beginning, and El Gallo, the reason he lost it is because he came alive a little bit too late. So it was almost like a reversal. It's funny how boxing works like that. But, you know, I give it to Rungvisai just like props, not give him the fight. Estrada clearly won, but I give him props. I would continue watching it because it wasn't an embarrassing performance. He was in there with someone who's looking good, was on a mission, says he had an injury that he was carrying the first fight, and he came in correct. You know, Estrada came in correct, and people forget how good of a boxer Estrada is. He arguably beat Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez when he was undefeated, you know, for those that know boxing. So it was a good fight. It was a good scrap. The early work that Estrada did paid dividends, but I don't really like what he did later, like choosing to duke it out, because I mean, you're giving Rungvisai the only way possible chance, but luckily it paid off for him. But like I said, even though Estrada won and got the title, why'd you take that unnecessary punishment? You know, when what you were doing, he couldn't match your hand speed, your quickness, and your footwork. So I know as you have to buckle down as you flatten out a little bit, but he still had the better footwork. So hopefully his team looks at the tape, you know. But he had what he could have been a master class, but he let Sor Rungvisai kind of come on late and steal some rounds, you know. So that's my thoughts. It was a fun fight. Let me know what you guys think. The right man won. It was the commentary was horrible. I was watching Sky Sports commentary, and it was just horrible. It was like super one-sided. I thought it was a good fight. It was competitive. There was always an element of danger, but Estrada was outboxing him. But I knew it was going to be like this. I told you it's a coin flip. So let me know what you guys think of the fight. Good main event. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.